God commissioned him to take the message of the gospel of grace to the Gentiles, and for that we are so grateful. And so we have come to the point in chapter 10 where we left Saul for a little while and we've gone back to Peter. In chapter 9, right before we got to chapter 10, it talked about Peter's miracle ministry, and in that where he healed Aeneas, where he raised Dorcas from the dead. And let's just go to 1 Corinthians, the first chapter and the 22nd verse, because that's going to be significant in our lesson today. 1 Corinthians, the first chapter and the 22nd verse. We go there all the time, but we just like to read it. 1 Corinthians, the first chapter and the 22nd verse. And it simply says this: for the Jews require a sign, and the Greeks seek after wisdom. So we know that the miracle ministry that Peter had was where he physically, he performed a miracle through the power of God, but the people were in awe of the miracles that he performed because they wanted a sign. They wanted a sign to say that the Messiah was working. They wanted a sign to say that Jesus was in fact working. And so these miracles attracted great attention and resulted in many people trusting Jesus Christ. But as believers, we know we don't have to see a sign, do we? We know that the sign has already been done. That was a sign of regeneration when Jesus gave us his righteousness. And so that's basically all the sign that we need. We don't walk by sight. We walk by faith. And so we don't need a sign. And so God is getting ready to take a turn here. He's getting ready to take a turn because Peter, strict Orthodox Jew, is getting ready to see that God is no respecter of person. God is no respecter of person. And so let's look at chapter Acts. Let's go back to Acts. And let's go up to chapter 9 and verse 43.